Venus and Serena Williams' ex-coach unveils the best and worst of King Richard Williams in a candid revelation. Rick Macci has worked with some of the biggest names in tennis. Andy Roddick, Maria Sharapova, and Jennifer Capriati are just a few stars in his coaching portfolio. But his most legendary stint? That has to be with Serena Williams and Venus Williams. Their father Richard Williams had one dream: to turn his daughters into champions. And for that, he needed the right coach. He found Rick Macci. But hiring Macci wasn't easy. In fact, Macci has often said that Richard's hiring process felt more like a deposition than a job interview. That's just how meticulous he was. Macci first crossed paths with the Williams family in the early 1990s. By then, Richard and Oracene Price had moved from Compton, California, to West Palm Beach, Florida, so Venus and Serena could train at a higher level. Macci coached them for 4 years at his academy, helping shape their legendary careers. But working with Richard Williams was an experience like no other. An experience with its pros and cons. The Hall of Fame coach, who is a consistent Williams sisters and Richard Williams admirer, evident through his trail of social media posts about them, recently tweeted, "What I loved most about Richard Williams, the Compton controller, is he was always brutally honest. What I did not like at times about the Compton controller is he was sometimes beyond brutally honest. Love this guy." However, above all, Richard's honesty was unmatched. In December 2024, Macci shared another memory that perfectly captured it. "Richard Williams is the funniest and most honest guy I ever met," he said from day one. Venus throws her entire body at the ball. Serena throws her beads at the balls. The wife throws a good meal every night. Every day I just throw a tantrum. That mix of humor and brutal honesty defined Richard's personality. But he wasn't just a funny guy, he was a tough disciplinarian. Beyond a short period, from 1991 to 1995, with Rick Macci, Richard Williams served as their primary coach when they turned professional. The media never gave him the time of day because Richard didn't come from a tennis background. Katrina Adams, a former top 10 doubles player and top 100 singles player, said in a past interview. Even so, he instilled discipline in Venus and Serena from a young age, preparing them for greatness. And it worked. Spanning the millennial era, their combined tennis careers feature over 1,600 singles wins, 122 titles, and 30 Grand Slam victories. Right now I'm number 5. Soon I'll be number 4, and that's great. One day I'll win the French Open, and that'll be great. Then I'll have to move on and win Wimbledon, Venus told Sports Illustrated in 1999. In that same interview, Serena vowed to win a Grand Slam, too. "I can see myself lifting that Wimbledon plate for sure. I just can't see it not happening," Serena said. Well, the king has passed down many of his traits to his daughters. Serena Williams reveals the influence of father Richard Williams. Serena Williams has always acknowledged the lessons she learned from her father. His influence wasn't just about tennis, it shaped every aspect of her life, even in unexpected ways. Take her 2021 partnership with Lincoln, for example. Serena became the luxury car brand's ambassador, but it wasn't a random deal. The reason? Her father had taught her how to drive in an old Lincoln. "Everyone I partner with, there's real authenticity and a story behind it. Whether it was something I enjoyed when I was younger or over something I've aspired to have in my life," she said. Beyond being a coach, Richard was a mentor and protector. His parenting style was unique, strict, yet effective. And now, Serena finds herself following in his footsteps in ways she never expected. One example? Richard used to play learning songs in the car for Venus and Serena. He believed in making every moment educational. Serena never thought much of it at the time, but years later, she found herself doing the same thing for her daughter, Olympia. Looking back, I had this math song that I wanted to play for Olympia when she was younger. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just like my dad. The Williams sisters' journey is one of discipline, honesty, and family bonds. Richard Williams was tough, but his methods created two of the greatest athletes in history.